Hey guys, welcome back to Mates That Create. Today we're joined by JAYO.
JAYO is a TikTok legend. He has been around on the platform for almost 3 years now, over 2 million followers.
Yeah.
He's been absolutely crushing it. I've learned a lot from watching his videos over the past couple of years, and we connected with him about his journey as a content creator from a teacher, content creator. He's been pushing his music for a long time. He's absolutely like someone to learn from. So he's really thoughtful as well about how he's approached content.
I would say this is our most intentional conversation. A lot of creators we have, they're all intentional, but he's like next level, like experimenting, strategy, how to come up with TikToks. If you're looking to grow on the platform or grow as a creator, this is a great conversation.
Yeah, enjoy.
Welcome to the show, JAYO.
Hey.
Such a pleasure to have you on, man. Thank you for coming aboard.
Being 16, big.
Oh my gosh.
What's up?
Live performance.
Hey, you know, maybe that's what this turns into.
Maybe. So like,
We should probably be doing that if we're interviewing. We seem to be interviewing musicians.
yeah.
We should add some sort of music
He's all the
elements
most
into it.
interesting people in the world.
Well, that's debatable. But welcome to the show. We're going to be doing a Mates That Create episodes, talk about your creator journey, then we'll jump over to a Byron and Pace episode. If you've got any crazy stories,
Yeah.
just start to think about them.
Well,
and
I
You prepped them?
with JAYO beforehand. So if
Yeah.
you did bring anything, just let us
have
know.
you got any off the dome?
Well, I mean, like, I'm an LA native, so like,
You got
I
a lot.
have just a lot of like,
You heard.
I just met a lot of celebrities.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Not like super crazy stories, but
Fair.
like, if we want to do a little name drop section, it's kind of funny. I got some like,
Yeah,
little
totally.
stories,
Fair play.
but-
Well, so I found you first on Clubhouse.
Hey, that's
In the
squad.
rooms, you know Schwan Ahmed?
Yeah, Sean.
So we were hanging out in rooms, and I'm guessing you were floating in and around.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing you and seeing your icon come up,
Yeah.
and then following you. So I've been following you on Instagram for like 2 years now,
Oh, wow.
whatever it is.
Wow.
And then we reached out to you a couple months ago, just to be like, "Hey, we're coming through LA."
Yeah.
And you were like, "Fuck yeah, I'm down."
Yeah,
So
I love
Love
meeting
that.
people, and especially interviews. I think it's always
Yeah.
fun. Have you been able to meet up with Sean yet? Or?
he's
We
coming
are.
on Friday.
Okay, cool. That's
Yeah.
super dope.
So we're gonna hang out on Friday night. If you're
Yeah.
around,
Hey,
Come
down.
join?
Actually, yeah, I think I'm free. So,
Cool.
yeah.
Oh, no way. Maybe I should do something.
make it happen.
Well, the hardest thing with getting people like yourself on creators is just getting through the management loops.
Oh yeah.
And so, like, it's always easy. As soon as you get like one creator, then you go, "Oh, I'll give you the number or something,"
Yeah,
and
yeah,
bang. Like, I've already got from my interview, I got someone with like 2 million followers who's keen to come on
And it's
because
like,
I got a phone number.
If
I
you
didn't get
email
an
the
email.
management, there's no hope.
Oh
Yeah.
my god!
Yeah.
Or it's like 3 weeks of jumping through hoops. And
Well, good thing I'm independent. So
hey,
Thank you for replying. So, we have a little structure that we have here just to get the conversation going.
yeah, myself.
And I don't know if this is your first ever TikTok, but it's the first video on your account.
Okay.
And we'll play it for you, get your reaction, and then unpack why you
Whether or not-
started
yeah.
and like how the start of your journey was. So
I haven't seen this. I haven't seen this
First video
either.
on my account. I might have deleted my first TikTok, but let's see if this is still
800 likes.
okay.
On the guitar.
This is not my first TikTok, but
where's
it.
our sound? Oh, here we go.
We won't say goodbye because we'll meet again. We won't have to cry.
Yeah.
Our paths will cross and then
So this is you celebrating hitting 100K streams
Yeah.
on this track.
all the
Yeah.
memories we had from the time
And you're early, like
way back when.
September 2019.
Oh, 2019.
Yeah, 2019 is definitely like.
It's a nice song.
Oh, thank you. So that is kind of like tells the story of how I started, but it wasn't my first video.
Okay, all right. Tell us a story.
So I actually was a substitute teacher, and that's
Right.
Before that, I was only posting on IG and YouTube. I was posting like a cover and a vlog a week under the name JAYO.
Nice.
I was just like doing that with the videographer, and I got to like 10K on IG, and then that was like
before short form content.
before
That's
short
good,
form.
man.
Man, I don't know how you did that.
I don't either.
I was getting
it
like 5 views.
I mean, yeah, it was reaching people, like some of the covers and stuff. And then, I one of my students, I was teaching high school and middle school. So one of my students was like, "Oh, you should do TikTok." And I was like, "What's this?" Like, and they're like, "You're too old." And I
Yeah,
was
yeah,
like
classic.
25 at the time. It was 2019. So I was like, you know what, like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. Like, you know. So I posted a video, and it's actually like to a Katy Perry song. It was some trend. And I just made fun of myself being a teacher. I could actually find it if y'all want, but they removed the sound. I think that's why I deleted the video.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Fair.
But it was like some trend, and I danced in front of the whiteboard, and I like pointed and said something like Wakanda. I just played into the kids because I know like all the kids are just always like
while
saying
kids
that.
were in the class.
Yes, but they weren't seeing on camera because I knew there was
I
like
think,
some
yeah.
rules
Yeah,
of
yeah.
like putting
That's
kids on.
risky.
So I didn't do that. I just filmed it in front of them, and they were kind of laughing. Posted it. got 800 views, and I was like in shock. I was like, you can get views with no following.
800 for free. It's
Yeah,
like
I was like, what is this? Like, you know, so after that, that's where you have that video where I was like, oh, well, I already post music stuff. Let me post this song I just did last year. Let me post or earlier in the year. I was like, let me post like just some music stuff, and it wasn't doing well. And the first video that went viral was the one where I duetted this girl named Fozia.
So
Yeah.
we have your first viral clip.
Yeah.
So we'll watch it and then unpack it.
Yeah.
So this is currently at 1.4 mil. I don't know if it hit the million in its first round.
Hit the milli in the first round. So yeah.
So this is your second video on TikTok.
Yeah.
No way. Second video.
Yeah. So it was technically fourth posted.
Is this at school?
So yes, so actually that wasn't at school. This was like where I hit up one of my friends.
Yeah.
I only knew one person that was also on TikTok that was like nearly around my age.
It's kind of like how Byron and I met.
Yeah,
true.
It was like this girl. She had 100K, and I was like, "Yo, what do I do?" Like, I'm trying to post music stuff. I had this video got 800 views. Like my students tell me to do this, and she was like, "Oh, like duets are in. You should be doing duets. You should target audiences that do music. Let's find some music stuff. Like, and then let's do a duet." And like we filmed like 3 videos that day, some for her page. I just remember like we thought this idea was funny. We filmed it. It was actually in a studio. It was like a double door, so it felt crammed like a wall. So we're like, oh, let's shoot it here. And yeah, it hit 1 million views like instantly. And like within 2 weeks, I got 10K followers, and it was just like a whole shift. I was like, whoa, I can actually like.
It's interesting because like if you look at your first video, which we just showed, it was like just a clip of your music video, just being like, hey, I hit 100K, which is like such a bad way of promoting music because it's like and you look at like your modern day content, it's like you have to promote it by not promoting it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is you can see how much you've shifted, and you can see like you got more views and probably listens to your song by pretending to be a rat.
Right. No, exactly. And actually, this was actually the crazy part because like mind you, I told you I had 10K on IG already. When I posted on IG, like I shared it to my story, all that, there was so many people that were like, I didn't know you were funny, and I was like,
damn.
First off,
how dare you?
I've been funny. Like, I was like, all my friends that know me know I'm funny.
This isn't you.
But I didn't realize, like, I wasn't posting the funny on the internet.
Yeah.
I was sticking to the artist mode. And then when they saw this, it's like, oh, shit, like, he's funny. And I was like, yeah. And that's why it kind of, like, was a shift. And I started posting comedy posts because I was like, oh, well, this is just doing well. Let's stick to it. And literally, like, fast forward, like, I went from 10K in 2 weeks to 60K in 1 month to 100K by Thanksgiving. I was like, I thought I was stuck and stagnant because I was like 125K in January. I was like, oh no, I'm not growing anymore. Yeah. And then from January to February, I hit 1 mil.
Oh my god.
So it was literally like a whole shift. Like in like the content I was doing, it was all comedy, and then the pandemic hit, slowed me down, and I was like, you know what, like I really want to get back to the music. And I built another mill after that, but I was like really like that's where my content started really getting more sporadic and being like half comedy, half music, half like me still trying to like show the music stuff. Yeah.
But again, this is one of the key things we try to drive home on this podcast, like Made to Create this one. It's like, you just got to put your personality out there. Obviously, yes, it's good if you have a viral video of your music video, right? Because that's unbelievable, but it's unlikely to happen. I mean, classic Pace's most viral video is him making a musical in his bed breaking.
I like it's like a 30-second musical of me making my bed and then it breaks at the end. And like, it's my most viral video on my account. And it's like, yeah, fuck. But also, you know, you got to do what you got to do sort of thing. Yeah.
And it's like, but people, I don't want to make comedy. I don't want to do that. It's like, well, you know, tough luck. It's just, it's a game. And so you kind of leaned into your comedy. So obviously you enjoy it, I assume. You make those funny things as well.
It's funny. I never was on Vine. So like, a lot of people I know that are like thriving in the content space have been creating since Vine. Yeah. And I think that like kind of like played a part to my consistency not being as consistent as I wanted to be, and me still trying to like work up to that. Like a lot of people that are thriving on TikTok have been creating for more than 4 or 5 years. And like for me, I'm just hitting year 4 like, or 2019. Yeah. So I'm just hitting year 4. So I'm like, all right, this is where I'm going to start building that consistency. But yeah, I mean, it's the big part was just learning like, okay, you need to be personable, you need to be relatable, and you need to be shareable. And that's like the super most important thing. Like you have to make sure people that watch this want to share it because you give them some type of reaction or emotion or remind them of something or someone. And yeah, I actually got to meet her one day randomly in the studio. That's a very LA thing.
Wait, who?
Fozia, the girl I
Oh,
duetted.
right.
Yeah, it was like so random. I was in the studio.
The rat.
And she became like a huge artist. She's done songs with John Legend, like huge artist right now. And yeah, we were just like randomly in a studio, and I remember somebody saying like, oh, like there's a big artist in the other room, like it's Fozia, and I was like, who? Oh, yeah, I know her, and I was like, I know of her, but I don't know her.
Yeah.
And I remember when she came out. She was just like, oh my gosh, I sent your video to my sister. And I was like, yeah. Yeah, so that was like a fun moment.
We had a chick, Esme, you know, Esme. I was at this creator event.
Oh, yeah.
And this woman, she's a page all about
Sexual history.
sexual history. She's got like 2 million followers.
Called Kinky history.
Yeah, and I did a story about how the first dildo was made by like Cleopatra.
Yeah.
And she duetted
First
us.
vibrator.
Our first vibrator.
She put bees inside a gourd, and that would like they would like, try
Vibrate.
to get out, and that would be the first
Really?
vibrator. Yeah.
But turns out it was bullshit.
we thought it was true because it's like
It sounded like bullshit. But
we thought
like,
it was true
what?
because there's like ancient inscriptions about it, but she's like, no, actually, this is bullshit, and she duetted us and called us
And
out.
she came out, she's like, Byron, I'm so sorry for duetting you. I was like, what do you mean? And she's like, I duetted one of your videos. I was just like, oh, that's you. Same sort of thing. So
Cute, yeah.
small world.
Yeah.
Just as long as you don't get, there's some people that have duetted my videos I wouldn't like to meet though.
That would be genius of an invention, though.
I know.
But yeah, no, it sounded like bullshit when I heard it. I was like,
Yeah.
It's way too good to be true.
yeah, I was like,
But look, we'll be real. We don't do a hell of a lot of researching on the show. We kind of just find 1 or 2 articles and go, oh, must be true.
It's like modern day journalism. You just need one source that agrees with you.
That's what makes TikTok thrive.
You just say it with enough confidence and people will believe
yeah.
it.
And if people disagree, then it just drives engagement. So.
Look, trolling is actually a big art form on TikTok.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you know, sometimes you just own it and just be like, yeah, I was just fucking with y'all.
Yeah. Well, I want to play your most viral video, and I think this is your most viral video. It has 19.2 million views, which is
Nah, I've gotten higher.
really.
But I'm curious which one that is.
All right. We'll play it anyway. Sorry, I thought I did my research.
No, you're good.
This one made me laugh a lot.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, another duet.
This is like my.
They say if you get over 70, you're going to hell. Stranger.
It was so funny about that video.
Yeah.
I was
look
literally
great
so
right now.
stressed because like my videos were kind of like tanking at that time.
Yeah.
Like I went from like when I told you that month where I went January to February. That week I had like 40 million views a week. Every video I posted was at least 1 million views. It was called the Food War series. Like how that kind of started was this girl, Kat Curtis. We had this idea where, and it was the second time meeting her. She wanted to like steal my fries on the escalator. While going up the escalator, I'm coming down.
I've seen
and
this,
she steals
yeah.
fries. Yeah. And I guess like I just give off like I guess it was the acting, but like I just gave off a very genuine reaction. And I remember her telling me like, "Oh, you should like flip out and this." I was like, "No, I'm gonna give it like a very real reaction." And I just like kind of stared at her. Right? And then everybody thought it was real. Like this thing blew up on Twitter. All these YouTubers that were huge, like Cody Co, everybody was reacting to it. They put it on Fox News because they thought it was real. They were like, the girls are people are stealing fries off people on the escalator. So they blew up so freaking big that it was like, yo, we need to make this a series. So I'm going to find you at the mall and I'm going to steal your food back. And that's what we did. And we had like this 2-angle thing. And then people were invested in the story. So by like the third video, people knew it was fake, but they were so invested and kept going back and forth. And this just became a series. So one, that's how to know. Series is how you grow.
Did you start the escalator thing? Because I see people do like, I've seen
Stealing
things people, well, not food, they'll just touch their hands.
I've seen
or
the hand
flip.
thing. No, that stuff happened a little before. I think that was happening since like Vine, maybe even like yeah,
It was like
earlier,
a fresh
but,
take on that.
But yeah, it was a fresh
interaction.
take on that. Like nobody stole food. Like it was like she's like, how to get free food at the mall, and there's like stole food, and that it blew up so much. That being said, the video that you just showed, like after coming off of that, the pandemic hit. Like my views started like going down and down. I was like upset that videos were only getting 100K. Psh, now I'm like happy if they get that,
Right.
but I was upset that they were getting only 100K, and stuff was tanking. And then like I couldn't figure out what to do. I literally remember I was just like, I think my roommate at the time, Like I was dropping him off at like the hospital because he cut himself or something like that. Trying to get like some bandages up. I was just in my car and I was like, let me just react to this.
Yeah.
Literally just a half-ass video and it just went boom, like 17 million views.
That's
like,
crazy, man.
it was just crazy up. I'm still getting notifications for it, but yeah.
We need to do more of that.
Yeah.
Well, it's like, so one of the I've always found one of the tough things is how much do you focus on high quality content, or how much of it is just like post and see what happens? Because no one wants to have videos on their account that flop. Like even as much as we like try to tell ourselves that like we're not doing it for the views or whatever, it just like it feels
it definitely affects you, and it affects you mentally. Like you could see the surge in like brand deals when you were up, and you could see it like crash when you're down, and people have interest and all that. And it's like it sucks. It's like, oh, don't care about validation, but it's actually like you care about the money. Like I'm full time in this.
It's your job.
So it's like it's my job, and it's very stressful when things are down. I think like Adam W. I just like heard him, and we had a conversation, and he talked to me about it. But like he's one of those few people that like really, really, really invest in his stuff, so much to the point that he was saying like when people get brand deals, not a lot of people think about investing that money back into the video. Like he will get like if he got a 20K brand deal or whatever, he would put back in $6K to like
into that video
to make sure it does better and does well. He'll invest in like he said it was a T-Mobile thing. He invested in a mountain, like getting made like high quality. He's very much quality, and that was never me. Like I was always like idea, get it done. Like I love angles and all that. I'm very much let's edit it out the good quality. But I think that's why like more recently I'm starting to like think how can I increase my quality. So it's more of a more recent thing that I'm trying to do going forward. But before I wasn't really like that.
And if you were a business, you would want to make sure that every client you have, I guess, you give them like top service or whatever.
Right. No, he says he always gets every brand deal he's gotten, they've renewed it. And I was like, damn, I've never had a brand deal be renewed.
Right.
I didn't even know that was a thing. I thought they could work with you once and they're done. Like, I was like, what?
Well, brand deals are so fickle and hard on TikTok because like no one can guarantee views.
Exactly. Yeah.
Even we were looking at, so one of the biggest creators in Australia, she has comedy videos, like skits, and every video pops off. You look at her account, it was like 1 mil, 800K, 1 mil, 1 mil, 1 mil, 90K, 1 mil, 1 mil. What was a 90K? It was an ad.
Yeah.
And it's just like, God, it's so brutal. Even like, and she's a top creator. We've done brand deals where they also limit your ability to be creative. Yeah. And then it's like
very much. Yeah.
And it's so hard to do effective brand deals. Yeah. I find on TikTok.
Yeah. No, definitely. I mean, I just, it's better when they let you have creative freedom. But yeah, it's just really hard to make stuff that's shareable because the second you try and sell something, even then, that's why I think I'm noticing with music feels like an ad. It feels like your own brand deal. And like the more you try to sell it, people don't want to take it. But if you try to just do content that entertains people that they organically want to sell, I've noticed like that does better, at least for me. Cause,
well, I mean, I run paid ads for my program and I specifically make my ads in TikTok. I make them, the key thing in running an effective ad is making it not look like an ad. Like you want it to look like just something in the news feed. Like the best ads we've run, people didn't realize were ads until they look down like, oh shit, this is sponsored.
But you can't do that unless they give you creative freedom. Which is, the catch-22.
That's you. I'll take the money over creative freedom.
But it's true though. Then there is an element of, well, we need to survive.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just and that's where it's like, okay, we'll take the money, even though we're probably not going to get the best result for you because you haven't given us freedom, but we'll take the money and do the best we can.
But I think that's a testament to what Adam's saying. It's like, look, they work with all these creators. If they see you're the one that's trying the hardest and investing to make your video, even if it flops, they're going to work with you again because they're like, yo,
what's the
this guy
had?
Tries. This guy invests in his own stuff. I mean, I don't think you have to tell him you're invested, but like you could tell it's higher quality than all the other stuff they've done. Heck, we'll run ads on this. Because
we got that from Amazon Prime.
Well, I'd love to talk to you about running ads on content because the last brand deal we did was an interview with John Krasinski for the Jack Ryan TV show.
Okay.
And as part of the deal, they were like part of the money. I don't know if we could talk about this.
We sponsored the video.
There was they boosted the post. And then
I've had that happen.
Everyone says, like, on the street that like if you pay to boost your views, then your organic views suffer in the aftermath because TikTok's like, hey, we want you to keep paying, basically.
It seems counterintuitive.
I mean, I heard that for IG early on too.
Yeah.
I think good content is good content, but yeah,
Right.
I don't know if that's a hard one. Like, because especially like brand deals, like it should say paid partnership, especially on IG. So I think like the algorithm can separate that.
Surely.
Like, like they can separate like, oh, this is being promoted as an ad.
Yeah.
Like, I've had that happen and it not affected myself. I've gone viral after. But
I think at the end of the day, it's honestly, it always comes back to content.
yeah.
Like,
'Cause,
It does, but it's also a lot of luck. Like, I mean, we've been reposting
there is luck.
We've been reposting some of our best videos, and they're not doing. Like, we know it's good content because it's gone viral in the past, and there's some of our videos that I know are good because we've been doing this long enough. Yet they don't go viral. Like, you got to just keep posting, and some will hit. Especially now, like it's harder than
another
before.
thing that I learned was that I'm not doing well of is, I don't know if you guys probably do this, but I didn't know that people have a content schedule and like actually are like what is it? What's the word? Wow.
like upload schedule.
Like, yeah,
videos?
but like there are, what is the word?
Oh,
for
scheduling tool?
uncompromisable with their times.
Oh, so they post at the same time every day?
Yes.
Oh, no, we don't do that.
I didn't know that, but apparently it programs into the algorithm like a TV show. Like, think about it. You can't like build an audience watching Grey's Anatomy if they keep popping it up at different times. Like people wouldn't know when to watch. But if you keep posting at the same time, like one, the algorithm knows when to push you, and two, your audience gets used to it. Actually, it works with like my friend Tony. He does that. You probably heard of it. Better ingredients, better pizza, better bitches, better money.
Oh, yeah.
So Tony literally posts at 12, 3, and 6 p.m. every day Eastern time.
Right.
And when he comes to the East Coast or West Coast, it's 3, 6, and 9, or something like that.
Whatever it is,
or opposite of what I said. But anyway, but what I'm saying is that he literally has been religious with that, and he said it was a flip instantly when he did that in 2021. Like it was like first week he immediately saw better results.
Wow.
And Adam W talks about it. He's like, yeah, there's so much to the fact that like he posted 12. If he's even 10 minutes late, he'll get like a bunch of DMs saying like, where's your post?
No way.
So it's like, it's like you build and program this thing.
You've just rocked my world, man.
Yeah, I didn't know this. I'm still trying to like adjust. I found this out like last month, and I'm still bad at it. Like it's a hard adjustment. Like some people just have that down, and it means you got to be on top of your shit. But like, especially with a team like this, you guys should definitely do that.
Up until very recently, we were scheduling all of our content.
Yeah.
So we'd have at least a week in advance scheduled on TikTok, like ready to go out.
Like through an external website.
Same exact time.
I don't know.
No, the like later, the later.com, it's like a scheduling platform. It would like suggest times for you to post based on your whatever in your engagement. But we've recently just scrapped that, and we now just post everything on the phone because we saw that we were getting better results by posting on our phone, especially on Instagram. On Instagram, our videos were getting like 3 views.
Wow.
Which is nuts. And then we posted one manually. 1 million.
I don't think it's as simple as that. Like
we had at least 2 weeks of like 0 views, 1 view, 3 views.
That is jarring. Like 3 views is
3 views
jarring.
Whereas and then you post it manually, you get 100,000 views. And you're like, all right, there's something.
Definitely
something different.
Definitely.
So, but that's huge. Yeah, we should do that.
Definitely,
we should try it.
Yeah, I'm like still like I'm about to talk to my people. And like my roommate, like, oh, we got to be on this shit.
Yeah.
And like that's what I've been noticing, especially like seeing from so many people that do it well. But I know that it's like, of course, there's going to be outliers, and everybody's going to be like, oh, well, this person does it without. This person just shit posts and they got 10 million followers. And it's like, sure, yes, you could do that and try to wish for luck like that. But the people that are consistent, like a lot of people are saying, it's just scheduling and programming.
Hope is not a strategy.
Yeah.
Well,
like, so there's luck, but there's a lot of things that you do have in your
of course, it's not pure luck.
Yeah, it's not.
It's like you got to be.
You can't hold on to.
You've got to be doing all the strategies and then also have luck on top of that. I think you can't just like put out stuff. And
no,
hope
I
it
can
does
literally
well.
look at any video, and I always tell people this. Like whenever they're like trying to learn, I'm like, I could literally look at any video and tell you why it went viral.
Right.
But if you can't do that yourself, that means you need to understand the game of what's happening, because you got to be able to look at every video and be like, these are the reasons why that played into this virality. And if you're just thinking, oh, this is just luck. Oh, this is just luck. It's like nothing is just luck. Like there's luck in something else at least. But there's always something involved in that video that you can learn from, that you could take for your own stuff.
So speaking of learning and taking information, what would your number one piece of advice be to a new or starting content creative?
I mean, definitely like absorb information and start watching. But like the biggest thing is like you got to care about watch time and shares. Those are the biggest 2 stats. Like, so that means you got to make content that makes people want to stay, And by watch time, I mean watch percentage. People get it confused.
Yeah, not like
really just love like making long videos. Like if your video is 40 seconds long and I drop out at 10 seconds, that is 25% of your video being watched. Versus if I watch let's say you cut out all the boring parts and your video was 15 seconds and now I watch that 15-second video. Heck, maybe I watch it 1.5 times. I'm at 200+%. That video has a way better chance of performing than the video that only has a fraction. And then on top of that, is it relatable? If like target audiences when you do your videos, like if I'm making a video about family members or siblings, that makes someone trigger, oh shoot, this reminds me of my sibling. I might send it to my sibling. I might send this to my family. I'm talking about roommates. If I'm talking about sports, if I'm talking about this, like there's audiences out there. That's why it's like niches. Like your videos can be niched in and of themselves, to where if you're talking about a conversation or if you're doing something in a certain category, that it can target that. Even like my friend that runs the boba page or corgi page, Corgi Boba, like we'll literally talk about like how each video, like it's targeting something. Like a lot of them is targeting, of course, dog lovers, but he'll target a subcategory in that. Like, okay, let's target dogs and music people in this video if we're doing a music thing. Or let's target gamers and dogs. We'll do a video about this dog and the gamer. Like you can target audiences, and then that way you can be more shareable. You can't just post yourself being hot and be like, why am I not getting views? Like I used to get views then, and this one went viral. And it's like, if you don't know why stuff is going viral, you're not gonna you're not gonna hold on to it.
And when you say targeting, you literally just mean putting out content for different types of groups.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like actually, like thinking of like, okay, as I objectively watch stuff when I'm editing and say, if I didn't know who I was, would I skip or share this video?
Yeah, this is what we're trying to teach editors. They just cannot get it.
Yeah, you have to say, okay, if I don't know who JAYO is, if I don't know who this girl is, am I entertained enough? And every time I start getting bored, I start making cuts or chops, even if it's a punch zoom or something. I need to be so ADHD with my editing that like it is entertaining all the way to the end. And then I gotta ask, okay, if I didn't know who I was, would I share this? Would I share this? And that's when I start being like, okay, this is a postable content. Unless you're doing an ad like for your music. Then it's like, okay, maybe you might not share this. Like, how can I entertain them and make them at least like or engage or want to go listen to this, you know?
Yeah, that's it. I mean, you got to be meticulous. And this is what we do with our content, or we try to, you know. Yeah. I always say, like, cut out any second that there's nothing's happening, any ums and ahs. Okay. Even the parts you can't teach that we editors struggle with is like, if we say something twice, not literally, but like if we say the same thing a different way, cut out the second time. We only need it.
Cut it out. I was literally just teaching this girl that, like, she's very funny. Her videos weren't performing as well in like the comedy rants, and I'm like, well, one, you're doing like a minute and a half of the same joke. Like, I personally am only watching this because I know you. Yeah. And like I was laughing the first like 10 seconds, but I'm scrolling. Like, I have to objectively look and be like, when am I going to be bored? Like, cut your shit up to 3 jokes. Heck, you're repeating yourself in the middle. Why? Like, cut this out. Like, boom, 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 boom.
One of the things I love to do is edit a piece, show it to some people. We have like a co-working space or whatever, or friends. As soon as they start talking to me, or they seem like they lose interest, I'm like, that's too long. Yeah. You have to like look at the reaction, not what they say afterwards, because everyone's going to say.
I mean, it helps that I was a teacher, so I actually understand how bad the ADHD is in Gen Z.
Yeah, right.
So I very much understood it like firsthand. I had to like keep their attention. So I was like, oh, I know they'll be bored at this. Like, I know I'm bored at this. I have like, I probably have ADHD, like, for real. So it's like, I can look at that, and that's why a lot of the content creators that are successful do have ADHD. Not to say that people that don't can't do it. Like, a lot of people that don't have it, but that's why, because they can objectively look and be like, where do I get bored? And I think like once you develop that ability, your content's going to start doing better.
Yeah. Well, JAYO, this has been an awesome chat. Yeah. I loved it so far. I think it's super valuable for anyone who's, you know, listening in, looking to be a creator. I mean, you said your final piece of advice, didn't you? Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think that's it. Yeah. Anything else you wanted to add for any up and coming creators?
Just consistency. Commit yourself to at least 3 months of doing something. Heck, at least 2 weeks of trying one thing, but remember, insanity is doing the same thing, expecting different results. If something's not working for 2 weeks and you don't have a video popping off, or at least increasing in views, figure out what needs to change. Yeah. Like, you know, so there's always a way you can improve, because good content wins.
Yeah, love it. Well, Jay, thank you so much for coming on the show. We'll jump over to Byron and Pace, have some fun stories, get some laughs,
I'll
see how
play
you
us
go.
out. Yeah.
Thanks again for coming on the show.
Yeah, let's do it. Byron and Pace.
All right, we'll see you soon.
I remember being 16, big dreams, pulling up to parties like a big screen. Now I'm 20 something.